trust can ask them any kind of God-forsaken question, or in this case, God-including question that he feels like. So that's the bad news. All right? That's the bad news. We do have some good news. Well, we have a media, of course, that wouldn't bring you any good news even if there was any. The media is much more focused on sports stars that do wrong than it's focused on members of this government that do wrong. We have more attention given to an NFL star who was accused of torturing dogs than we did to our own Attorney General, who we know okayed torturing of people.
Thank you.
And right now, frankly, I don't think it should only be Marion Jones, the Olympic 5 medal winner, who is crying on the steps of a federal courthouse and admitting having broken the law. The entire Bush administration should be crying on the steps of the federal courthouse, along with a whole lot of the Democrats. The good news, and I write about it in my book, Blue Grit, that's going to be for sale at the back, and I've also got copies of my book on the Bush women, Tales of a Cynical Species, and my book, The W Effect, which is about the miserable Bush war on women around the world. I'll be selling them all and signing them for you at the back after this. But the good news that I write about in my book is that the Democrats may actually have done us a favor in the last few years. They weren't only asleep at the political switch, being silent about the things people care about in this country, like human equality and environmental protection and obeying international law. They weren't only silent about the things we care about in this country and pretended it was because they were scared of a Christian right. And then we find out after the election that they've blamed on religious right folks being scared of gay marriage and abortion, that in fact there are fewer people in America now that identify themselves as strongly religious, and fewer people deciding on any questions having to do with any of that. But they not only have been politically asleep at the switch, they've been organizationally asleep at the switch. The Democratic Party hasn't even been putting up a fight in a third of all the states. Most of this country doesn't have a functioning Democratic Party. I went to Mississippi when I was researching Blue Grit, and Howard Dean has recently got the Democratic National Committee to put some money towards actually hiring staffers to work in every state Democratic Party. I interviewed a guy in Mississippi who had called in to volunteer in 1986, and he just got a call back this week. Most parts of this country, the Democratic Party hasn't even put up a team. And then they say, well, the South is we can't win in the South. Well, you can't win without